The Justice Department has issued indictments against 2 Russian agents and 2 others accused in the 2014 Yahoo email hacks that impacted millions of Americans. The hackers also used the data to send spam and steal credit card and gift card information. Eric Marcus, a tech CEO of Marcus Networking, joins us now to talk about how best to protect you and your email from hackers. Welcome to Arizona Horizon.
Thank you for having us.
This indictment against 2 Russian agents for hacking, and this was the big deal. How many people were affected by this?
Over 500 million people had their emails hacked.
Goodness. And have there been recent attacks as well?
There have been recent attacks through different service providers, like Yahoo, Google, and a few other smaller ones as well.
So let's try to figure out how to protect ourselves when and if, I think it's more like when as opposed to if, something like this happens again. What are the best things to do?
The best thing to know is that this is not something at the consumer level where we talk about creating a stronger password that most people are fearful of. This is at the managed services provider level, which means Yahoo themselves, their email service was hacked. So that can happen to Google, Microsoft, or really anybody. So what you have to look at is actually what is in the content of your email itself. A lot of people store in their email box credit card numbers, tax returns, gift card numbers, and a personal piece of information that a hacker can take from your email, they then can use against you.
Interesting. So I've heard that this HTTPS, the S on the end of the P there, that's a big deal.
The S stands for what's called an SSL certificate. That allows you to know that when you visit a website, it is a legit website to use. So for example, if you went to Bank of America and it didn't have an S after that HTTP, that might be a spoofed website, which means it's one that looks like the real website but is not.
Now, can you configure your own email and websites and such with that S on the end?
You actually can't. You actually have to buy that SSL certificate from an authorized third-party company. There are only a handful in the United States that allow you to do that. And that certificate requires you to prove that you're the actual company that owns that website. So Bank of America would have to go to that company and say, here's our certificate.
So I would imagine don't open unfamiliar emails. That's kind of a no-brainer there.
Yeah, the no-brainer is not to do that. However, a lot of these hackers for ransomware and these particular instances are sending emails out that look like bank statements from American Express, Wells Fargo, things like that. So when you get an email and it really looks like it with a picture, right? It shows you the picture of the American Express logo. A lot of people click on that link, and then it takes you to this fake website, which then allows the hacker to get into your computer.
It's just that easy. I mean, you go to that fake website, and it's all over.
It's all over. That's it.
How do you know you've been hacked?
A lot of the new viruses actually do not tell you you've been hacked. So they will sit silent in the background and continue to mine data and then use it against you. What you have to understand is that antivirus, not visiting websites that you're unfamiliar with are very important. And obviously, if you get an email from Bank of America, American Express, or something like that that says pay your bill, you should just go to the website itself and actually log in. Right. Don't click the link from the actual email.
I would imagine it makes sense that you could be doing everything right, but you go to grandma's house and you use grandma's computer, and that thing could be just riddled with all sorts of stuff, and you do personal business there, you're toast.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. And that's why a lot of companies, I go back to Bank of America or American Express just because I use them, they have what's called two-form authentication, which means when you sign on to grandma's computer, they will actually send you a text message or to the registered device that you have with a PIN code. And that tells them that they know you have the device in front of you and it's legitimately you logging into this computer. So that helps you protect yourself. And that's one of the things that a lot of companies are moving to is two-form factor authentication.
The two-step verification.
Yeah.
You mentioned antivirus, anti-spyware, firewall, these sorts of things. Do they work?
No.
They don't work?
They don't work 100%. The problem with the ransomware viruses that are coming out is that antivirus companies can't keep up with this new technology every single day. So we have clients in the past that have gotten ransomware. They have a full firewall package suite with antivirus, and they still get it because it's a self-inflicted virus. You click on that link, and that's all that it takes. It takes you to that wrong website and downloads the virus.
Now, when you first started speaking, you said something along the lines that passwords don't make a whole heck of a lot of difference. Yahoo, they said change your password, so I changed every password I have, Yahoo or otherwise. Was I just whistling in the dark here?
No, changing your password is what you do need to do, but what a lot of people don't understand is that Yahoo themselves, the service provider, were hacked. So that means the hackers that were found guilty, the Russian two individuals, went to Yahoo directly and hacked into their database. So all of the 500 million users, their passwords were compromised. Those passwords do need to be changed, so they can't then go in again and get to your information.
But they still, I mean, if I had Yahoo and I changed my password and hackers come along tomorrow, there's not much I can do.
The consumer can do, or business owner, that's up to Yahoo or Google or Microsoft or Cox or CenturyLink. They have to take the onus to provide the security to defend themselves against the hackers.
Are they doing that?
Well, they are doing that. I mean, they're required by law to put certain parameters in place. However, hacking is hacking. It's been something that's going on for 20 years. And that's the whole goal of a hacker, is to break through the system,
right.
Not necessarily always to steal information, but just to prove that they can do it.
And if you mentioned they kind of secretly in there mining information and just biding their time, there's no way to know that they're there.
Some hackers, aren't that great, so there are ways to track them, if you will, but there are some hackers that can spend a significant amount of time on a network quietly and mine the data, and that's what happened with Yahoo.
Yeah, hackers, if you will.
Yeah.
I'd read that the security Q&As you have on some of these websites and for passwords and, what was the name of your first pet and where were you born, that kind of stuff. This may not work because if you have a Facebook page and there you're showing your pet or you're mentioning how I was born in such and such a place, they can find it there.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. That happens actually a lot in our industry. A lot of people's passwords for what they think is strong really isn't. And there's quite a bit of software out there that can sit there and just chip away at your password over time to see if it is actually correct or not. And that's why two-form authentication is becoming very popular. It's a way to stop that.
I mean, is this just one of these things where you just hope you don't get, you got to sit back and just hope it doesn't happen?
I don't think that, but I think as a consumer and a business owner, you should be mindful of what you store in your email. It really comes down to that.
Yes.
If I hacked your password, what email information would I get from your email box itself? And that's what people have to look at.
Yeah, put that stuff on the computer somewhere as opposed to...
Correct. Store it on your computer, don't store it online. And that's what the hackers did. They got credit card information, gift card. I mean, they went after gift cards. They got, Bed Bath & Beyond gift cards and used those. It's really that easy to get.
My goodness. All right, good information. Good to have you here. Thanks. We appreciate it.